Yes, I'm doing resin. More resin. I have to get these orders done before it gets cold. I know that sounds weird because we just got out of a heat wave, but I don't want to try and go through all the annoyingness of dealing with resin bubbles and all that crap that you get when it's cold. It's bad enough dealing with humidity. One of the things I wanted to mention, if you get into resin, is there is a lot of really annoying cleanup involved. I have a bag under my desk, a Ziploc bag of molds I need to clean. And basically, the way that you clean old bits of resin out of a mold is you kind of try and turn it inside out. These are my little mixing trays that I use for the UV resin kind of stuff. You turn it inside out and you use masking tape and you just do this until you get all of it up. And you have to kind of go by feel. It's like, do I still feel a piece that was clear that I can't see? And you may not need to do that because you might have good eyeballs. I do not have good eyeballs. And so after I do that with the tape, I'll go through with this in case there's any kind of glitter or powder, mica powder that stuck to it that didn't get picked up by the resin. And then that's clean, and that one can be used. But yeah, this part takes a lot of time and is really annoying on this one because I thought I'd had one of these cleaned. This pin thing, by the way, I'll talk about that later, but this mold is not my friend. My husband is currently sanding the inside of one of the new mini lids I've made, trying to get the piece to fit in it so that there isn't just a bunch of metal between the cap and the body, which for some reason I keep calling the torso and the head. I have no idea why. But also, I thought that I had cleaned this part, but I can feel it now. And I hadn't, so we were having to kind of sand the inside of it to get that kind of muck out. There's these two little holes that excess resin come out of, and I'm having to poke that out and probably make some new holes, it looks like. I don't know why it's not coming out, but anyways, cleaning is a big part of this. You don't want any bits coming through. And I don't know, you probably can't even see. Can you see? Because I've got the curtain closed since I'm going to be doing UV resin in a minute. There's just little tiny bits of clear resin stuck to it. And I kind of just want to take all these scraps and throw it in something and see what that looks like. I get a bit experimental when I'm lazy. But yeah, this tape is not great. I bought this roll of tape thinking it was washi tape, like a regular roll of washi tape, and it came as this ginormous roll of masking tape. But I've found a use for it. But yeah, so I am doing more lips because that's what I've got orders for. I have quite a few lips to do. I'm going to do the purple pigment again, and hopefully it won't come out squishy. If it does, I'm going to ask for my money back because it's freaking ridiculous of that pigment. Because the red works fine. It's just this purple, and I'm putting the same amount of purple that I was putting in the red, so I'm going to put the teeniest amount of purple in. I don't know why it's so hard to make a dark purple. So annoying. I might jam these things in somewhere. These scraps. Now that I had the idea, it's like, what can I jam these into? But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I won't put you through it, but I just thought I would mention that playing with resin Has some downsides. The waste when your project doesn't come out. And, yeah. The cleanup is boring. Not fun. But I tend to not want my molds to kind of get dry and dusty. Dust gets attracted to these so easily. So I have to keep them all in silicone or in closed drawers. Like I've got these guys, these drawers that I got from Miniso that work really well for it. And actually, I can show you stupid purple. So this one, I think it was like right here, didn't cure. It cures in some places and then it doesn't cure in others. There's just this like weird cushion part. I might have to go back to Miniso and get more of those drawers. I like those a lot. They stack. I don't think I'll be able to get the same design, but I think they've got other kinds. I am a sucker for storage. I think that one's mostly clean. Got to get the lip. All right, so yeah, that was that bit of the video. Here's an example of when the powder doesn't come off. If you can see that. So that doesn't come off with the tape, the mica powder, but it does come off with the wipe. So I've been trying to film videos this weekend, but I have like either a crick in my neck or I've gacked my shoulder again or something, which sucks because I was going to try to start knitting again. So of course it was going to either be eczema or my shoulder, wasn't it? And I'm trying to kind of wrap up all the resin projects that I'm doing. So I've been cleaning all my molds. And this one has the turquoise powder in it that, oh, you know what? Let me get something to put under here. I did a bunch of lips today, but I can't clean this out because it's got the turquoise powder in it that it was like, it looks green. I don't get how it's going to be turquoise, so I'm so curious that I thought I would just pour some resin in and figure it out. This is not the one I want. That's not the one I want. That's not the one. For crying out loud. Sorry. That'll do. Alright. So I thought I'd mix it because I just don't see how this is turquoise. I think I need more pigment because I knocked this over at one point. Alright, hang on a second. Let me get more pigment. Yes, turquoise. Turquoise my butt. We'll see. I don't see how this could be turquoise. Now I think I've put too much powder in. Whatever. So, is this turquoise after all? What should I make? A heart? Turquoise cat. Let's make a turquoise cat. Why not? Hopefully this isn't too much pigment, so like it's gonna give me grief about curing. Okay, I can kind of see where the turquoise thing is coming in. But yeah, this is the Resin Glory turquoise. So I don't think I'm gonna have a video on Tuesday. because I just couldn't get my crap together to film anything. I just had a lot of projects that would have been too boring to show. Like, you guys don't want to watch me wrap washi tape, do you? One thing I'm going to be doing is... Alright, let me put this off to the side and put the resin lamp on it. One thing I'm going to be doing is, let me move this off to the side. So this is 100 sheets of release paper, A4. So this is what the sticker books, like that Travelers Company makes, is made out of. You can buy 100 sheets of A4 for, I think I got these for like $9.99. It's not that bad. So you can only make your own for so much cheaper than buying the Travelers Company. But then, you know, I'm notoriously cheap, and if you don't feel like you want to make them, but I'm going to make a couple of these to bring to the journaling thing. And so basically what I need to do, I need to decide if I want to cut these down first so that I have a bigger chunk left over, because I'm going to make them TN sized. And then I could just take the excess and make little ones. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do that on screen then. Yeah, I have like 100, 100 A4, oh no, I have 50 sheets of cardstock, 100 of these. So I was just going to make some for the journaling thing, just in case people want some. My poor husband. So in the end, we ended up boring out some more on the inner cap, like at the bottom, so that the nib could fit in. The other nib was trash, so I just put on a different section. I have a bunch of these things. I'm so over these pens. Really over them. But that one's finally done. So these are the two. I'm going to take a picture of them glowing in the dark, and I'll pop that up because I use glow pigments. But I think I'm done for a while. So this is the one where I used the cap, but I accidentally used the body inner piece. So it's short, but it fits the, you know, it still fits the converter, I think. Or does it? Maybe not. I thought it did. What is going on here? Oh, I just got glue on this, for fuck's sake. I have got super glue all over everything. Well, luckily, I think that the Jinhao converters fit, so yeah. So now I have to see what cartridge will fit in there. Before we glued it in, it fit. I don't know what happened. Anyways, yeah, so then we made a new cap. And in gluing that in, it kind of cracked right there. So I'm going to have to try and fill that in. And then, yeah, that's this one. So they don't really match. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done doing pens. Yeah, okay. So that's that. This has like a 1.5 stub. Too big. So I'm just going to put the medium Signet back in. This is the Kakuno that for the past year I've been looking for the lid. I don't know where it went, but I wanted to buy an Iro Itsuchi, but I'm also not allowed to buy anything right now. So I thought I'd see whether I could take the Kakuno nib and stick it in here and try that out. So let's try that. It has to match with the Tachikawa, because I've had this thing doing nothing for years. So let's see how that works. What can I write on? One of my little scrappy books. All right. Test this. And now that I've taken it apart, I've got to put that feed somewhere safe, because the cap is going to show up as soon as I lose the feed, you know? Okay. Pilot. Kakuno. Nib. Pretending. To be Iro Utsuchi? Is that how you spell it? I mean, I don't know how long the ink lasts in that, the real one. But I think this will do for now. Because the thing is, everybody likes this one better than the Sailor Hokoro, and I think that's because the Sailor Hokoro is pretty freaking scratchy. But yes, this... Of course I don't have any water. Why would I have water? 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I think I will try that for a little while. Should not use this. This was for the super glue. Why is the super glue still freaking wet? That's the other question. Anyways, freaking pens, man. Yeah. So this is going to be my dip pen for a while. And what else am I up to? Oh, okay. I bought, just go over there, people. I bought this a really long time ago. Lost it immediately. Apparently it was standing up with all my leather things, and I just found it today. For some reason, like, I couldn't even remember why I bought it. This is the A4 Nemesine yeah, notebook. I think this is what Simona uses to record her inked up pens. Maybe I was going to copy her since I do that all the time, because I don't have an original idea in my head. Yeah, so maybe that was what was going on. But feels nice, the paper. So I thought I printed out the way that this was supposed to look. My son was like, why can't you just remember an M at a 45-degree angle? And I'm like, because I can't picture things in my head. So let's see if we could do it. And try out the paper. I've also seen Tony at Little Dot Doodle using this. Should we just keep using sterling ink? Not sterling silver. Sterling ink. Okay. All right, so we want to do... My dots are thicker than my... Okay. I can get behind that. So then let's write with it. I'd already lost my water, if you're wondering what all the was about. Okay, so where did I put this? And then we would do... So I wouldn't have to write Birmingham Pen Company because I'm doing it like she's doing. I'm doing it by brand. So this would be, how do you spell Sterling? I'm all of a sudden forgetting. Okay. All right. I like it. So if I had just, you know, pages like that in an A6, I think that would look good. I just have to remember to do this. I was actually even thinking of like doing it out, scanning it in, and then making some sort of guide, like an arrow guide, to remind me what to do that I could put underneath my paper. And I'm not saying I'm not going to do it because it would make sense for somebody like me to do it because I can't remember what things are supposed to. I just can't remember things. Anyway, so this is exciting. I love this ink. Let me show you what it looks like with the 1.5 stub. Okay, so when I use a stub nib, I do it at this angle. Which, at this size grid, it isn't bad. But it just feels really fat. Like if I was doing it normal, bless my husband, normal. So yeah, I don't use my stubs correctly. I think I'm making him an architect or something. Anyways, I don't feel like, I mean, I've got another stub inked up. Where is it? This is so bright, guys. Okay. This is the Noveler 1.1 stub with roller. And I like writing on this. Klingner. Blue-eyed Mary. This is so insanely bright. And because it's so bright, and I put it in like the fattest nib ever, I don't know what I was thinking. I tried to do a thing where I was writing with this pen and saying, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I saw this, Blue Rosemary, Laura, and then you use the bigger nib pen to emphasize something. Let's say worried. But the colors didn't go. I don't know. I think if I was going to do this, I'd need to put this ink in another pen, but this is too bright to put in my journal. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. I don't know that this is going to remain inked with this. And this is part of the problem with me trying to do my currently inked pens. I'm just like, I can't make up my mind. I thought I had it, and then I wrote 2 of the pens dry. So, and then I don't know how I feel about this. So yeah, this is why, other than my currently always inked, I just haven't come out with a currently inked. I don't know, does that write? I miss my glass nib. My glass nib that's just broken. so depressing. I have another one, but I don't know where I put it. Like the, let me see if I could see it over here. And then I've been thinking, oh yeah, okay, let's try this one. And then I've been thinking I should really try getting to know this thing again. My brass nib. So let's play with that. I'm just wanting to play right now, I guess. Though I don't have much time until night shows. That's when my son and I hang out and watch some YouTube or a show. And then, let's see, this is the thing. That looks like shit. How's it? And it's so scratchy. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with mine. I'm not happy with it. Oh, I'm leaving this open. That's right. It just feels like it scratches everything. I don't like it. This thing, if I do end up using this, I won't put this plastic thing on there because I can't get it off. I don't know why I put it back on. Maybe I should just cut it off. Maybe I should do this off camera so I don't stress you guys out as much as I'm stressed out of it. Ooh, ooh. Like, how do I get this off without... Yeah, that's not very good. I'm not putting that back on again ever, as long as I live. Looks pretty in this, though, doesn't it? Okay, this is the... Was this a Moonman glass nib? I'll just say Ali Express glass nib white. All right, so that doesn't really look much different from this. It'll probably hold ink longer. Feels good. Let's see, I don't know. So I guess I could either or, this or that. I'll put them next to each other. And that way, whichever one I grab for first wins. But yeah, not that. I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't like it. All right, so look at this ink. It's just so crazy. So it goes down this kind of red color, and then it literally goes silver. How? I'm obsessed with this ink. I even like got another sample because I was so obsessed. I've got 2 samples of it, and I'm not sharing it with anybody. You can forget it. What I just put that on a wipe. Great. All right, well, that's all I have to say so far. Oh, I put this on here. Don't know whether that's going to drive me crazy. But the coloring looked really good. So yeah, I haven't figured out what else I'm going to ink up, whether I'm going to change this. I don't know. So I just haven't done a currently inked. So maybe it'll be for September. All right. I like this tray too from Sostengren because I could just throw everything on it and I don't lose things. It's all there. So what have we here this weekend? So yesterday I went to a journaling meetup. I kind of made like a handout kind of showing how I tend to do layouts in a zigzag mode. That's how I kind of journal. And, you know, some other options like going around the edge or doing the triangle formation or, you know, just down the sides. And how to do fussy cutting and how to make little mini Polaroids like I put in my journals. And it was really good. I had a good time. And then, before I left to go to that, I did the draw like a day late, but better late than never, right? I'm going to put down a silicone mat. Today is going to get messy. So basically I did my giveaway prize draw, and I seem to have lied about the amount of one of the inks in here. So this person has won 25 ink samples in one of these ink sample vial things. And I need to, yeah, that's good. I need to, she did 14 from the samples I had ready and 11 from bottles. So I'll be doing that. I had a big panic because I couldn't find where I'd put this box, and then I remembered I had it in the disco bag. Yeah, so I found it, and all the panic is gone. I have a lot of things I went to do today. The raisin lips for Jeffrey failed. Like, look at those teeth. And I don't really like the color. But this was opaque. And then I tried to do the opaque purple. And it's not opaque. Look, it's see-through. Can you see through? Anyways. So these are going to go in my spares. I have a whole box of spare lips. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. So this one I over poured. This one, which is the nude for Jeffrey, I under poured. So if you can see, it hasn't gone all the way to the top. So I'm just going to add clear to the back of that, because I think this is a better nude color than this. But perhaps I should ask, because this is just interesting. This is kind of a little bit more pinker. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he wants in between. Yes. So, but I did the two reds for him. So yeah, this is going in the spares. This is going in the fails. And I need to redo the raisin. And what else? So he's got the two deep reds. 1, 2, 3, 4. One could be my choice. I could give him a glow-in-the-dark glitter lip. I don't know. Maybe I'll make one special. I think I probably will, knowing me. Okay, so those need to go in the Jeffrey box. Everybody has their own box, because, man, was I getting confused. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys, but if I did, I'm going to show you again. It doesn't matter. I finally got glitter to suspend. It really is worth it reaching out to people who know what they're doing. Because basically, apparently in the UK, because of the mugginess or whatever, things just don't act the same. So I had to get fast curing resin. But that worked now, so now I can do that. Where's her box? Did I not put a... Oh, I put other stuff in the box. Okay, well then we'll just... So at the meetup, Michaela got me a Demon Slayer gachapon. And I ended up with this guy. So let's open him and put him together. Hopefully I could do it. What is his name? Tenjin Uzui? Probably pronouncing that horribly wrong. But he's the one with all the wives. And the really buff arms. And I guess he goes... I'm not sure how he stands on there. I think he's on there? Okay. So there he is. And of course, because the place that sold these was right by where we were meeting up, I had to go there and get another one to try and get my boyfriend. This is my Demon Slayer boyfriend, Mushiro Tokito. Because I like all the moody guys. Where is the other one? I had brought it over here because I was going to open it up. Hang on. Found it. You know what else I found? More lips that I've done that are spares. So we'll get those out after this. I want to open this now. Hopefully I didn't get the same guy. I did! I totally got the same guy. Oh well, I guess my son will have one too. That's hilarious. That is, see, this is why I don't do these things, because that happens to me. You know, like gumball machines, I'd always get the same character over and over and over and over. If I did this again, I would still get that guy. Okay, where did I find the bunch of lips just now? Just now. Hang on. Okay, let's see. We've got that one. So at least they're not all lips. Some of them are cats. Okay, so I'll put those in the spare lips. And then, what else have I got? I've got another glow-in-the-dark gummy bear. I have some galaxy cats. Some metallic cats. So I guess I need a cat's. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these things. And then I've got a bronze bear of a different kind. But yeah, you're like, what are these things? And they're basically just pen rests. You know? So that's what those are. And yes, I've been making too many of them. And I'm just going to have a bunch of things in my room. And then I was making these little kind of chopstick holder versions. But these mountain ones, I don't know about. There's a peaky mountain. And that was just black with some glitter in it that you can barely see. But yeah, so... But yeah, my hands have cleared up enough that I could start knitting again. So I need to be moving on to a different thing. Oh, and so I've got to also finish Michaela's. Michaela asked for an overpour guy. So like this that holds samples or these, and hers is mostly done. And since I'm seeing her on Monday, I need to finish that up as well. See, it just has like this much more to go. But I put some flowers in. This one's going to be kind of clear, and it's a bit weird because I have like little... I'm debating whether to pull these off. I don't know that they're going to show up. Anyways. That's what I'm doing today. The other thing I'm doing today, I'm making samples. I'm doing this. I'm packing up giveaways. I have to clean all my resin things out before I can even start. For the meetup yesterday, I made... So basically... I think I showed you this in the last one, but I have like 100 sheets of sticker release paper. Well, I used to. It's probably like 80 now. Still a bunch. And so I made a bunch of sticker release things. And then I tend to just make little ones out of all the scraps and send them in Happy Mail. So I want to do that as well to get those off my desk and have them in a place. Oh, this was so exciting. So I have a pretty bad nickel allergy. I even am allergic to nickel in food. So like lettuce and beans and grains and basically all food. But so I use these plastic cutlery sets from Flying Tiger, but I can't see them because the other ones I have are all transparent. So I set it down and it's just gone to me because of my eyesight problems. I just sound like I have so many problems. But they had it in pink. I'm going to be able to find my cutlery at work. I'm so excited about this. Way, way too excited. Michaela got me another sample of Kobe strawberry chocolate, which is great because I put all the rest of my sample in here. And I haven't been using it because I'm so afraid to like be done with the ink. I really, really like that color. And then Michaela thought she was funny because I've been saying I'm trying to get rid of all my washi. And so she made me some washi samples. But I don't mind, you know, trying other people's washi. That's good. I just don't need entire ginormous rolls of washi. Washi samples, absolutely fine. And I hope everybody else feels that way too, because that's what they're getting. And maybe even these poor people who won giveaways from me, because I brought a bunch of samples to the meetup, but not all of them were taken. So yeah, they're going to be going in Happy Mail and giveaways and everything. Yep, my desk is a mess. Is anyone shocked by this? I recorded some videos yesterday and they weren't there because I was out of space. I'm having digital space issues. I had Dropbox basically decide to turn something on that uploaded my entire backup external hard drive to Dropbox, and they were like, you're out of space. You filled up 2 terabytes. And I just looked at it last week. It was like 1 terabyte of information, basically. And my husband and I both use it for our YouTube channels, the Dropbox. And I couldn't actually even access it to edit anything until they were like, you have to buy more. But it turned out they just turned on some setting, and that just started backing up something that was already a backup. Didn't need to be backed up again. Anyways. Yeah, so that was the Dropbox thing. And then the phone filled up and didn't, like, it didn't say anything like you can't record a video. The videos just weren't there. And I had to look around and go, why? And realize that, you know, I was out of space. So I don't even remember what I did. So yeah, there's that. I have finished Michaela's kind of sample Wonkai mini holder. I did not like pull those things off the bottom, but you know, it just looks fine. It's whatever. I kind of had put a whole bunch of glitter on the bottom, and then I over poured on accident. So had to sand this. Had to sand it all off, but oh well. It's really pretty and sparkly at the top. Lots of lips action going on in this one. And then there's the flowers. So speaking of flowers, I thought I was out of flowers. I thought this was like the end of my flowers. So I bought some rose petals. And this is a bunch of rose petals. And they sent me 2. And they said, oh, just keep it. Just keep the second one. So I have got a ton of rose petals. And then I found all my other flowers. So, because I just thought I didn't have any flowers. But apparently I had this. So these are like little flowers. They're kind of dyed weird colors. So I haven't really used them that much. But there's these. These look dyed too. There's no way they aren't. These. And then I have like feathers and dried flowers galore. Some that I dried, some that I guess I must have bought at some point. I have no recollection of this. But anyways, I can put those in some overpour things. But I'm supposed to be done with resin. But anyways, I'm going to try and make, I'm not sure if how much I've talked about the tray that failed, that I was trying to make for my friend's birthday that was way back in July. And then I tried something else in that off camera and that failed. So I'm going to put a picture up. It's by Claire's Crafty Corner. She did a video of this like years ago, and it's been in my YouTube downloads for ages. I also found these flowers. So that looks like kind of maybe lavender. Those are really pretty. I might use those. These, and then I've got leaves of all kinds. So I'm going to try and make that tray. And then whatever the resin overpour is, I will finish up Key's Wonkai holder. So I kind of put a bunch of like I put this glitter in keys, so I don't know that flowers are really going to work unless maybe I just add some of these purple ones or some of the really kind of funky colored ones down the sides. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. These are just supposed to be over pour things, and I just give them to my friends for free. So yeah, and then I've got 3 more lip molds that I just need to pour some stuff into so that I can clean them up and put them away, because it's getting a little bit cooler and it's going to be time to put. Of course, that's not going to fit in there. It's just getting cooler and it's going to be time to put things away. Resin, because I'm not dealing with the bubbles. I'm just not. I could still try and do the resin-crete if I kind of, you know, break down and buy the proper concrete sealer for it. I think I've just been trying to use. Well, the other sealer is supposed to be specifically for that stuff, but I've tried a couple things. It doesn't work. I found all these cards that I made up, so now I can finish. I have like 3 things filled with samples that I need to finish sampling out and put away. Then I need to start my swatching in on Tomoe River paper project. And then, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to start that swatching project today, because that could happen anytime, right? And then I've got, one second. These are, actually, no, not even this one. This one, I'm almost out of ink. So this, this is what I've got inked up, if you don't count my currently always inked. I'm really enjoying this pen. It's really comfortable to hold. I did a full fill on this. So, yeah. Things are sticking to it. I don't know why. There's like this fuzz. Okay. I'm really enjoying it. The grip section is really good for me. It's bigger, I think, than the Esty one, but I'm going to try and, now that it's cooling down, I'm going to try and ink up my, whatchamaface, my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, and, you know, decide once and for all, is that section just too dang big for me? Should I see if I could swap somebody for a, you know, just regular Momento Zero or an Esty? See if anybody will go for that, because those are comfortable. Yeah, so I'm going to swatch. I want to put a dark brown in my Esterbrook Tortoise. So let's go to brown. And because these pens, my kind of fave pens, are only using samples at the moment. So I've used Smells Like Coffee. I just used this one and wrote it dry in a Twisby. Yeah, because I'm just down to like 3 Twisbys. And this pen, I've sprung the tines. I tend to do that because I write at this angle. I somehow kind of am pressing down on one side of the tines and not the other. So I might just switch this out for a fine nib for now until I can see Baron and he can fix my sprung tines, because he's always fixing my sprung tines. Oh, and the Plongeur, that nib is just too wide for me, but I've spoken to Jose Manuera, who's going to be at the pen show in October, and he said he can thin it out for me to a much thinner stub, which would be perfect, because I love my extra fine stub. So maybe if it was kind of like a fine stub, or even just a between fine and medium stub, that would be good. Okay, so I don't have any browns at the moment, and I have decided it's autumn, whether it is or not. So I want some browns, I want some oranges, I want some autumn colors going on. So we've got Diamond Espresso, Birmingham Distressed Leather. I'm kind of wanting a dark one. Diamond Macassar. That one I think I have written with, and it just looked black. Let's see. It's pinkish. I don't know why I put that in brown. Did I not? Because I think I've got espresso, but I think I've also got something else. Let me go look through my diamides and see what I've got. Because I thought I also had walnuts somewhere. If not, maybe we'll do espresso. We'll swatch them out. See So what we want to do. All right. I'm so lazy that I only went and grabbed diamines and yeah, because I've got I've got 10 minutes before I have to go watch Resident Alien with my husband and son. We just started it last week. Let's see. Just find a random, like my wish list. I don't really want anything right now. Okay, we're just gonna do random here. So, where's the thing? And this. And this. Okay. We've got Diamine Nutcracker. I think that was an ink vent. Put this water over here. I'm testing out Michaela's thing. Okay, I think there's ink on that. Diamine Nutcracker. I've got it all over me. Yeah, the thing with these darker colors in the samples, you can't tell if you're like deep in there or not. All right, I may be able to swatch them and then I'll have to come back and show them because... All right, this one is Diamine Macassar, and I looked back and I had not used it in a pin. This is working really well. How do you spell Macassar? M-A-C-A-S-S-A-R. Let me do this. And I'll go back in Nutcracker and do that. I could zoom in, I think. I've done that one. This one is Diamine Espresso. Of course, I didn't do this first. Diamine Espresso. Yeah, I want to use Diamine Chocolate Brown, but I'm only supposed to be using freaking samples right now. This is my, I've done it to myself. Diamine Walnut. Yeah, this was in my ink vent, which I still haven't swatched into that book yet because I wanted it in 2 places and I just haven't done it yet because that sounds like a lot of work. I feel like I should just do some, you know, basic, you know, swirl or something like that for my new swatch book. Diamine Ink Vent 23 Walnut. Because these don't look consistent. I am not Eleanor. But if I did just a swirl, and this is Distressed Leather by Birmingham. Yeah, see? Depending on how wet it is, I'm not able to be consistent. So when we do the next swatches, trying to get the kind of golden brown, Birmingham, we will, what? Distressed leather. We'll try swirls. Me. I just need something I can do consistently. I don't think this is it. As much as I love the look when I get it right, like I think I got it right there and nowhere else. I'm trying to do threes. All right, when this dries and when my show's over, I will come back. God, I just freaking talked to the camera and there's nothing there. Anyways, I had a thunk and I didn't really want green sheen, which is Nutcracker and Walnut have green sheen. This has black sheen, and that's probably why it came out so black in the writing when I tried it last time. I had it in a pretty thick nib, but it looks like in a thinner nib it would be fine. Distressed Leather is a bit pinkish brown. Diamond Espresso is a nice color brown, and I almost went with that, but then I had a bit of rebellion, and I thought it's really, really stressful at work right now, and I kind of shut down when it's stressful. So I was 2.5 weeks behind in my journal because I just couldn't write anything. I couldn't brain by the end of the day. So I thought if I want to do chocolate brown, I'm just going to do chocolate brown. It's not a sample. And then because I was being rebellious, I inked up another pen with a bottle, but I will do a sample in here and in here. So I just need to pick those out, but I'm not going to do it on this video because it's too long already. I think I'm going to wait until later in the month to ink up my Leonardo, or will I? I don't know. We'll see. This video is done.